Alright, so in this video we're going to be looking at the structure of teeth. I'm sorry I could only find this picture online on the online version of the book, so it has some imprint on it, but I will be able to explain you the part of the teeth, the incisor, the structure of the incisor tooth that I need to talk about. So let's just dig into it. The first part over here, which I'm going to be talking about, is, if you see, it's divided into two parts. It is available, a clear picture is available in the Cambridge Science course book 8 for grade 7 level. If you see over here, the tooth is divided into crown and root part. The crown part consists of the enamel and dentine, and the gum. It ends at the gum. The enamel is what you see in the mirror. Your teeth look white. This part is called enamel, which is made up of calcium. Like it contains calcium. This is the part which becomes strengthened when you drink milk or you contain food that is rich in calcium. Because if you have ever seen a skeleton has the teeth. So as bones are made up of calcium, the teeth are also, the enamel is also made up of calcium. So it stays there forever. Even if the person dies, the skeleton still contains the enamel part of the teeth. So the outer covering with in the enamel is the in the crown is the enamel, which is a hard covering containing calcium. The second one inside this crown is dentine. If you see over here, these are fiber-like structures, but actually these are not fibers. These are living cells inside the tooth that make it alive. These cells are provided blood supply. Over here inside, if you see, there are a lot of blood vessels inside the living cells. So this is what makes it alive. The cells are connected to these blood vessels, so the blood is being provided to them, making your tooth alive. This is the reason sometimes you feel pain in your teeth, or you feel that your pain or infection, because the infection is developed because of your teeth being alive. So the blood vessels over here, the blood supply that is being provided by the pulp cavity containing blood vessels and nerves, make it alive, since the cells over here inside the tooth are provided that supply. Next is the gum. If you see, the gum is controlling, or it's enclosing or holding the tooth into it. Okay, next, coming down, I've already talked about the pulp cavity and what the blood vessels are there for. Then over here in the root part, you would see fibers and jawbone. Fibers connect the jawbone, your skeleton or the jaw area, to the gum to keep your tooth fixed into that area. When those fibers start breaking down or becoming weak with age, that is when the teeth start falling down as well. So fibers, they hold the tooth in the jawbone. Then it's the jawbone, and over here, if you see, there is the blood supply to the tooth in the end, which is inside the jawbone. Now when the dentists have to do root canal on your tooth, and root canal is usually done when you need to get another tooth or an artificial tooth installed in your mouth, the blood supply to the tooth has to be punctured, or it has to be stopped. Why? Because if the dentist, they take out this tooth and the blood supply is still there and they add another tooth, it becomes difficult, if any, in the future, if any of the pain develops or an infection develops because of the roots being alive, and the gum has the artificial tooth covering it, it will be very difficult to operate it, because the new tooth which is fixed into the gum has to be taken out forcefully, and then the rest of the infection and the things have to be sorted out. So what the dentists do before adding a new tooth, they have to do the root canal. But by doing the root canal, they have to find their way through the gum into the fibers. They have to disconnect the fibers, and then they have to go into the blood supply through the jawbone, or not basically the jawbone, but passing through the blood vessel area uh, into the blood supply, so that they puncture the blood supply. They have to puncture those veins or the blood vessels so that the blood is not transported to the rest of the tooth. The reason is that when the artificial tooth is installed into the mouth and later on, if the roots are alive and an infection develops, it will be very difficult to fix it. So, to do that, to make it safe for the person getting the new tooth installed, they have to kill the blood vessels or make them dead. Basically, it's like making your tooth dead or the blood supply dead so that the new tooth can stay safe and you stay safe in a way as well. So, this is the whole structure of a tooth. First is the outer covering, which is enamel, just there to keep everything else safe inside because those are very delicate things. Dentine is the layer containing the living cells. The living cells are provided blood supply by the bulk cavity, which contains the blood vessels and nerves. This is basically what makes this tooth alive. The gum is holding the tooth in it. Then it's the fibers. The fibers are connecting the tooth to the jawbone. They just work as the thread or connecting fibers. Then is the jawbone and the blood supply inside the tooth, which makes supplies the blood to the main tooth or the living cell. I hope you understand now. If you know, I just mentioned that the blood supply has to be cut off. So if the blood supply is not there, all the living cells in the tooth they die as well. So when they're dead, your tooth is expected to be dead as well, and you can easily get a new tooth installed. So this is about the structure of an incisor tooth. I hope it was easier for you to understand. If you do not understand, please leave a comment or text me, let me know so I can help you understand it. Thank you so much.